What is up, Nexus fam? Get ready to have your minds blown because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and we've got the inside scoop on all the hottest updates you need to know. We're diving deep into the stories that have the entire gaming world buzzing, so buckle up, stay locked in, and prepare for a rapid-fire rundown of everything that matters. You're not just watching the news, you're experiencing the pulse of the industry. First up, a game that's been in development for over a decade is finally here, but it's hitting a few bumps right out of the gate. We're talking about Lost Soul Aside, and the early reactions are definitely interesting. Next, if your wallet has been feeling a little light, SEGA is here to throw you a lifeline with a massive August Special Sale on the PlayStation Store. We're talking huge discounts on some of their most beloved titles, and you'll definitely want to hear which ones are on offer and just how much you can save. This is your chance to snag those games you've been eyeing without breaking the bank. But hold onto your controllers, because the rumors are getting wild. A new report claims Sony is gearing up to enter the handheld arena with a PlayStation portable console, potentially set to rival the Nintendo Switch 2. We're talking about a device that could be more powerful than the PS5 and even dockable. Could this be the next big thing? And that's not all. Another report dives even deeper into Sony's next-gen plans, suggesting not one, not two, but three PlayStation 6 consoles might be on the horizon, including that intriguing handheld version. What does this mean for the future of gaming? All that and more coming up. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. A decade in the making, now facing scrutiny. After an impressive 11 years in development, the highly anticipated action RPG, Lost Soul Aside, has finally launched, but the initial reception on PC has been less than stellar. Players on Steam have met the game with mixed reviews, with a concerning 54% of the nearly 300 user reviews being positive. The core of the criticism appears to be centered around performance issues and what many describe as jarring animation problems. The game, often compared to a slick blend of Final Fantasy and Devil May Cry, promised a visually stunning experience, but the current reality for many PC players is a far cry from that vision. Many players are reporting a deeply unsettling, running mechanic, with one user stating, "Running feels awful." With each step, the entire environment lurches forward, creating a constant lunging effect. It's disorienting, disengaging, and honestly the worst running mechanic I've ever experienced in a game. Another echoed this sentiment, expressing, "Currently I can't even manage to walk around town without feeling sick. If you can't even have a steady, stable run walk in a non-combat zone, I hate to see how things play for the rest of the game." These comments highlight a fundamental issue that impacts the player's immersion and comfort from the very first moments. Beyond the movement, complaints also mention inconsistent frame rates and an abundance of invisible walls, further detracting from the intended experience. Despite the rocky launch, developer AltaZero Games has acknowledged the feedback. In a recent social media post, the studio apologized for any inconvenience caused by issues, such as the prologue's cutscenes, and assured players that the Lost Soul Aside team is actively working on optimizations, and future updates will address this to deliver a smoother gameplay experience. This proactive response, while positive, doesn't erase the initial disappointment for those who have waited so long for the game's release. The community is actively discussing these issues, hoping that the promised optimizations will bring the game up to the standard that its decade-long development cycle suggested. The developers' commitment to fixing these problems will be crucial in turning around the game's reputation and ensuring its long-term success. The fate of this ambitious title now rests on how effectively and quickly these performance and animation woes can be resolved. We'll be keeping a close eye on these updates to see if Lost Soul Aside can recover from its bumpy launch. But will these fixes be enough to win over the critics? And speaking of big releases, SEGA is making waves with a massive sale that you absolutely need to know about. SEGA's August Blowout, massive savings on PlayStation titles. Get ready, gamers, because SEGA has officially dropped its August Special Sale on the PlayStation Store, and the discounts are seriously impressive. Running for a limited time until September 10, This sale offers players the chance to save up to a whopping 55% on a wide array of critically acclaimed games for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. This is the perfect opportunity to expand your library with some of SEGA and ATLUS's most popular offerings at a fraction of their usual price. Leading the charge is the special edition of Granblue Fantasy, Relink, which is currently available at an incredible 55% discount. Celebrated for its engaging four-player action RPG mechanics and breathtaking visuals, Relink has quickly become a fan favorite for those who enjoy cooperative fantasy adventures. For the rhythm game aficionados, SEGA is offering Hatsune Miku, Project Diva Future Tone DX at a generous 50% off. This definitive edition boasts an astounding 238 songs and showcases the dazzling performances of the world's most famous virtual idol, solidifying its status as one of SEGA's most beloved music titles. Strategy game enthusiasts will also find plenty to celebrate, with Valkyria Chronicles 4 marked down by 50%. This title masterfully blends tactical combat with action elements through its unique Bly TZ system, weaving a compelling wartime narrative that has captivated players globally. The sale also extends to ATLUS's highly regarded RPGs, providing even more incentive for fans to dive in. The Monarch edition of Unicorn Overlord is accessible at a 45% discount, promising a regal adventure packed with strategic depth and a richly crafted story. Complementing this is the digital deluxe edition of Shin Megami Tensei V, Vengeance, also discounted by 45%. This enhanced version of the acclaimed RPG plunges players into a world abandoned by its creator, challenging them to shape its destiny. With such a diverse range of genres represented, from action RPGs and rhythm games to tactical strategy, SEGA's August Special Sale has something for every type of player. Whether you're yearning for an epic fantasy quest, seeking to test your strategic prowess on the battlefield, or simply want a groove to the music of Hatsune Miku, these deals make it easier than ever to jump into some fantastic gaming experiences. The sale is live now and will conclude on September 10, so make sure to check your local PlayStation store for exact pricing and availability before the deals disappear. These deals are too good to pass up, but what if Sony is planning something even bigger for the future? We've got some wild hardware rumors coming up next that could change the game entirely. Sony's portable ambitions, a new PlayStation handheld on the horizon. Whispers from the tech grapevine suggest that Sony might be preparing a significant return to the handheld console market, potentially setting its sights on directly challenging the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2. According to a recent report originating from the Moore's Law is Dead YouTube channel, a new PlayStation portable console is reportedly in development, with plans for it to launch in tandem with the PlayStation 6. This unconfirmed but intriguing prospect paints a picture of a device that could be a formidable competitor, even boasting capabilities that surpass the standard PS5. The leaked information suggests that this new handheld would feature docking capabilities, much like the Nintendo Switch, allowing for seamless transitions between portable and home console play. This dual functionality could be a major draw for consumers looking for versatility in their gaming hardware. The report also speculates on a potential price point of around $500, with an estimated release window set for late 2027. It's important to note that Sony has remained officially silent on these claims, but the Moore's Law is Dead channel has a track record of accurately leaking PlayStation-related announcements ahead of their official reveals, lending some weight to these rumors. Speculation about a new Sony handheld has been circulating since 2024, with early reports hinting at a project codenamed Project Jupiter being in its nascent stages of development. However, Moore's Law is Dead has also cautioned against exaggerated claims regarding the new PlayStation's power, urging a more grounded perspective on the leaked details. This is Sony's first foray into the portable gaming space. The PlayStation Portable PSP, released in 2004, was a significant competitor in its era, and the PlayStation Vita, launched in 2011, also aimed to capture the handheld market. The discontinuation of the Vita in 2014 was attributed, in part, to the growing popularity of mobile gaming. While a direct successor was never materialized, current PS5 users can experience remote play through the PlayStation Portal. The industry is keenly watching Sony's next moves, especially as competitors like Microsoft have already begun teasing their next-generation hardware. The potential emergence of a powerful, dockable PlayStation handheld could significantly shake up the console landscape, offering a new premium option for gamers who value portability without compromising on performance. This potential handheld could be a game-changer, but what if Sony has even more PS6 plans in the works? We're diving into another report that suggests multiple PS6 models could be on the way. Sony's multi-pronged PS6 strategy, handheld, cheaper model, and more. Recent leaks, primarily detailed in a video by the Moore's Law is Dead YouTube channel, suggest that Sony might be preparing a surprisingly diverse lineup for its next-generation console, the PlayStation 6. Instead of a single release, the leaks point towards 3 distinct PS6 models hitting the market. A standard PlayStation 6, a more budget-friendly PlayStation 6S, akin to the Xbox Series S, and a highly anticipated PlayStation 6 handheld. This multi-tiered approach, if accurate, would represent a significant shift in Sony's console strategy, aiming to capture a broader audience across different price points and user preferences. The PlayStation 6 handheld, in particular, has generated considerable buzz. Reports indicate it will feature a dock, allowing it to connect to a monitor for a traditional home console experience, mirroring the functionality of the Nintendo Switch. This feature, combined with rumored power exceeding the standard PS5, positions it as a potentially premium portable gaming device. However, the community reaction, particularly on forums like the R-Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, appears mixed. Many users express concern that such a varied lineup could be overly convoluted for the average consumer, making it difficult to navigate the options. User Chewbacca319 commented, "Maybe it's just me, but if Sony releases a PS6, a PS6's, akin to the Series S, and a PS6 portable isn't that going to be extremely convoluted for the average consumer?" Another user, Sonic Phonico, questioned the necessity of a PS6S if the portable version is dockable, suggesting potential overlap in functionality. There's also skepticism about the handheld's market reception, with one user recalling Sony's past handheld efforts. They did the Nintendo, but with more power handheld 2 times. The first was a success on his own, but far, far, far away from the DS. The second one straight up flopped. I hope Sony is creating this expecting it to be a pretty niche device, even with the similar price to the Switch 2. This sentiment reflects concerns that Sony might be repeating past mistakes, potentially creating a niche product that struggles to gain mainstream traction, especially when compared to the established success of the Nintendo Switch. The comparison to the Xbox Series S and X adoption rate is also relevant, as consumers reportedly found it challenging to differentiate between the two. Despite these concerns, the possibility of a more affordable PS6S model could be a strategic move in the current economic climate, where consumers are more budget-conscious. While these leaks offer an exciting glimpse into potential future hardware, it remains to be seen how Sony will ultimately position its next-generation offerings. The success of such a strategy will depend on clear marketing, competitive pricing, and delivering on the promised performance and features for each model. These PS6 rumors are certainly heating up the conversation, but before we sign off, let's quickly recap the biggest stories of the day. And that wraps up another massive news day. We saw Lost Soul Aside finally launch after a decade, but it's facing a rough start with PC performance issues. SEGA is dropping some huge savings with their August Special Sale on the PlayStation Store, so go grab those games. And the rumor mill is churning with talk of a new PlayStation handheld console possibly launching alongside the PS6, with some reports even suggesting multiple PS6 models are in the works. What a time to be a gamer. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming news, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Plus, let us know in the comments which story you're most excited about and follow us on social media for more updates. We'll see you in the next one.